Millionaire Peter lost his sight. The doctor told him that only by doing a cornea transplant surgery could he restore his sight. Peter offered a large sum of money for the cornea, but time passed day after day. He didn't get any response. Formerly, Peter had already been notorious because he was usually proud of his wealth and had done many unscrupulous things. So as soon as the donor heard his name, all of them refused without hesitation. Even the toughest people also could not stand a long time of tossing about, over and over again. At first, Peter always spoke louder than others and got angry easily by his wealth, but later, the money bag had no choice but to wait quietly. One day, Peter wanted to bask in the sun, so he fumbled for the little square before the hospital alone silently. He raised his head to enjoy the long-awaited sunshine. However, he saw nothing but the boundless darkness. Just as Peter felt despaired, someone hit him hard. All of a sudden, that bump annoyed Peter, so he yelled, "Don't you have eyes? Don't you see who you hit?" "I'm Millionaire Peter," the answer was from a little boy. "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't notice. Please forgive me." Peter changed his mind and ordered gloomily, "I can forgive you, but you must chat with me." The boy said yes repeatedly. When Peter nodded satisfactorily and asked, "Is the sun big today?" the boy answered merrily, "Sir, the sun is pretty fine today, big and bright." Peter's face also lit up with a smile, as if he had seen the golden sun. And then he asked, "Is the surrounding environment beautiful?" The boy began describing it in earnest. "How beautiful! The green grass, the blue sky, the blooming flowers everywhere, and the little trees are also very lovely. When the birds perch on them, they double up with laughter. The clouds are floating and floating, floating to the side of the sun." As he was listening, Peter began to envy that boy. Suddenly, he became cranky, raving toward the sky. "Oh my God, the little boy is so poor, nothing but a pair of eyes. Why do you give him light?" At this moment, a lady interrupted Peter. "You are wrong. My son is too poor to have eyes. What he just described is what I told him." Startled, Peter sat on the square, tears welling up in his eyes suddenly. Since then, the city charity would receive a large sum of endowment every year. The donor was the very millionaire named Peter. The two angels came down to the human world for something. On the first night, they came to a wealthy family to stay overnight. The owner received them, but refused to let them spend the night in the comfortable bedroom, and arranged them to stay in the cold basement. Soon after lying down, the older angel found a hole in the wall of the basement, so she used magic to fill the hole without saying a word. Seeing this, the little angel's heart was filled with warmth, and she thought, angels should not care about mortals. Even if they are indifferent to us, we still have to help them fill the hole in the wall. On the second night, the two came to a very poor farmer's house to stay overnight. The host and his wife were very enthusiastic about them. Not only did they take out the little food they had to entertain them, but they also gave up their beds. Before dawn on the third day, the little angel was awakened by a burst of crying. It turned out that last night, the farmer's only source of income, the cow, died. The farmer and his wife were crying bitterly, but in order not to wake up the guests, they both suppressed their sadness and tried to keep their voices as low as possible. "Why? Why?" The little angel woke up the old angel angrily. "The rich family treated us so badly, and you helped them to fix the hole in the wall. This poor family is pitiful enough and is so good to us. Why don't you stop the death of their cow? Some things are not what they seem on the surface." The old angel replied indifferently, "The night before last, when we stayed in the basement, I saw from the hole in the wall that the wall was full of gold coins. Since the owner was obsessed with greed and was unwilling to let others share his wealth, we should punish him. So I blocked the hole in the wall so that he could no longer get the gold coins. And last night, the god of death came to summon the farmer's wife. In order to protect them and express my gratitude to them, I let the cow replace her. There is often a gap between the phenomenon and the essence, and many things are not what they seem on the surface.